Hey guys, what is going on right here, and welcome back to the Cards and Castles Championship. It's been a while since we had a video on the actual tournament itself, and this is actually the final stage of it. There's been some kind of hiccups and bumps along the road. For those of you who are part of the tourney server, you would know, but I'm not going to get into that now. Overall, it's still a great event that happened over the past, few months, and really cool to see all the people coming together for it. But with that being said, of course, we have our finals to get into. So the way this is going to work today, we've got ourselves the first round followed by the semifinals. This is a top 8 bracket, single elimination, by the way. So of course, we're going to play the first 2 feature matches that I have for the for round 1, followed by the semifinals. And then tomorrow, come back to the channel to watch the finals. Those will, of course, take place in a best of 5. So a little bit different from how the regular tournament's been going, where a lot of matches are best of 3. The finals itself will be a best of 5. So, of course, stick around tomorrow for that going up on the channel. But with that being said, I think we are just about ready to start. Just thinking to myself if there's anything that I... Oh, right. If you guys, of course, want to check out a different perspective on the tournament, I will leave a link to some channels potentially making some content in the near future, some of which have already been released and some will be releasing in the future. So if you guys want to, be sure to check out the links down below. Keep up to date with those channels so if you can watch even more of the tournament. And, yeah, with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and get into round number 1, match 1, right now. Alright, folks, and welcome to the CNC Championships in the finals bracket, of course, that is. We skipped through, some of the qualifiers. It's okay, a little aside there. But anyway, we're hitting the finals now. We've got a feature matchup, of course, a name that I can't pronounce. Taking on Ovios. I really hope I don't. I have to ask him when we're done with this how to pronounce that. But anyway, Astroy is here. Astroy.
Oh, I'm here.
Yeah, what's going on?
Not much. Here to see some Pumpkin Man versus Ovi.
Pumpkin Rush. Right, if you guys don't remember, this is one of our winners from the first qualifier, or at least we're in his perspective. This was the user who ran a Smork deck and took it to pretty much a clean 5-0 victory in the first qualifier. He's going to be taking on one of the users from, I believe, our third qualifier, who, again, we didn't show the third qualifier, but I believe this might be an undead deck of sorts, so pretty curious to see how this matchup works out. And I mean, already off to a strong start is the Rush deck here. I mean, taking out a couple of what is set up in the back here, and that Acolyte is going to be prime target for, I think, right? Is it? Asteroid? I'm blanking out. Fill me in here.
The Acolyte is not gonna die this turn, at least.
Right, so do you think the play here would be maybe a Flame Shield or a Mana Core setup of some kind?
I imagine you hit the Lumberjack and play Manticore.
I mean,
Hard to say.
you do want to protect this Cockatrice, considering that you don't want to lose your hand advantage.
Right. You could also just take the face damage in Manticore.
That too. So it looks like we are going to go in with the Lumberjack, or onto the Lumberjack. Yeah, Primordial Flame setting up, and there's the Mana Core. Very aggressively too, I might add. I didn't think that would be the case here, but I mean, hey, we're seeing it. And this is actually going to be a very strong start for this aggressive deck. Considering that I think, the Acolytes only do 1 chip. Ovi's only got 4 gold to work with here in an undead deck, and that's really not a whole lot to deal with. I mean, we could maybe see something like Blue Firebolt. That'd be coming in really handy here. Take out the Mana Core. You'd allow Acolyte to get rid of that Cockatrice, hit a card. But no, looks like it's going to be an Armory setup. And positions it away from the Primordial Flame Burst, which is fine. Like to see that.
Things are getting dicey already.
Certainly. And there are a lot of options here that can be done.
There's no bad option.
There isn't, but like there are so many things that he probably wants to do in this turn, but in reality, he doesn't have enough gold or is positioned in the right place to do such a thing. I mean, you know, you want maybe to take the cockatrice to the acolyte's face. You want to clear out maybe the armory with the centaur. There are options that you could do here, but all of them just seem, you know, it's very plausible, but also you're not. You know, you don't have enough resources in hand to do that. It looks like we're going to go ahead and soup up this primordial flame in the back here for a turn. That's going to do some big damage here. We can land 4 in castle with the 3 burst next turn. I assume you also maybe want to do some cockatrice damage. Okay, yeah, looks like we're going to go cockatrice damage on face. Again, put OV here on a bit of a time crunch against the clock here with only 5 gold and a 410 body to get rid of. It's certainly going to be difficult here. Do you see any way for him to kind of do that, Asteroid, do you think?
I don't think there's any way for Viking to remove this 410 unless you did like ice
Cloak.
weaving strike, which isn't thing that anyone.
Right. So we're going to see Acolyte take the Mana Core out, which leaves Cockatrice able to be swept away by the zombie. It looks like that doesn't happen, though. Going for Hassan City Guard.
Reanimate?
Might just see Reanimate. Granted, it'd only be
Reanimate
2.
would be the answer.
It would be only 2 units, though.
It'd be
But that'd be
2,
enough.
yeah, but two's
That'd be,
enough.
yeah. Oh, and there it is. Big Reanimate
Wow.
here. Banshee gets traded out with the Primordial Flame, raids the Cockatrice, takes away the Drain Life, which is big, and leaves the Rush deck to do. Gotta do something here. At this point, it's been thrown on the defensive, and there's a concession.
Wow. That's
Interesting. Okay, well, not what I expected to see here, but hey, alright. Seems fine. Let's go ahead and I guess jump into match number 2 then and see how this turns out.
yeah. Wow.
Alright folks, and game number 2 underway here. So our friend Double XD gonna go ahead and try and replay that same Smork deck, see if we can make some magic happen. Going up against, well, the same that OV pulled out last time. Of course, looks like no decks have been changed in this game. And yeah, I'm curious to see what goes happen. I'm curious as to why he shifted away from the Chaotic Storm play. I think it'd always be nice to have it, especially when you've got something like Salahar Rider now facing down you turn 1.
Yeah, I wonder. It'd be really hard to decide what to keep and what to throw out. Smork deck, because everything is pretty useful.
Right. So we're gonna see a coin into the imp from Double X here, going for a grotesque offering on that rider. Does nail the imp, very nice. So that will negate a little bit of X's aggression here. It does leave room for Cockatrice, which I imagine he's going to play. Again, very aggressively. It seems like he's not taking any chances here. He just wants to go in. Salahar Rider going to be potentially the answer. It looks like it is. And there go the Seeds of Regrowth. Not the card that I think you need to keep.
Yeah, definitely hard to say, because once you do get a unit, it'll be a second unit in your hand.
Right. Okay, there's a Salahar
This
Soldier.
deck just... Yeah, this deck just isn't sustaining itself.
No, it doesn't have the, I feel like we're not seeing enough units really to make it worthwhile. I mean, we did see from that first game, though, that if it really gets going, I think there's a strong chance that it can finish the game out. But, I mean, Reanimate was a whole different beast entirely, which I don't feel like this deck is really well equipped to take out, in all honesty.
Yeah.
So it looks like the Rider...
This Primordial Flame is probably just about the best thing you can hope for. But with your opponent having 6 gold, Primordial Flame as big of a deal.
Looks like we're kind of just going all in at this point. We're going to buff all of our units all around here, forcing some kind of response from these Faithful Drakes, maybe splitting up, maybe teaming up on one. Going to see where that lands us. We'll get one Drake trading into the Soldier in a second. So there go both Drakes.
Reanimate?
Yeah, there it is. Reanimate a second time and potentially going to be the same.
Double reanimate?
No, please don't do that to him. No, okay, fear.
Okay.
If we saw a double reanimate, man, I would have been sad as hell for this guy.
Yeah, that would be really rough.
Well, there's going to be a lot of burst damage on Double XD's side of things. He's probably going to go for... Okay, Mana Core, that's fine. I don't like that positioning of the Mana Core, considering that we know he's packing Fear. If he's got a second one, that's going to do a whole lot more damage to the face. Nope, we're going to survive
Yeah.
though.
Oh no.
Oh, and the 2 damage goes back. Oh no.
We at least have an answer for this white knight.
We do. We certainly do. I think knowing how this deck operates, I would not be surprised to see Flame Shield get thrown on. Yeah, there it is.
We're just out of steam. This Smork deck isn't able to keep up with the trades that are coming. OV's reanimate.
Right.
Oh! OV doesn't have a
Looks
melee
like,
unit.
yeah, no, doesn't have a melee option. Although defective isn't really the pull we want to see. My
Do
question
you
is,
have
where do
an
we
option?
go?
Do you just save it for more damage?
I'd say pull Mana Core back and save yourself for a moment here. Sure, this is probably like the best opportunity to strike, but this deck has no sustainability to kind of make those pushes, especially at this stage. He's working off top deck here, and with Mana Core being his only real saving grace in this game, I would like to see him pull it back. Yeah, and he goes ahead and pulls it back.
We haven't seen anything like demonic rage in this deck yet, so I think that might be out of the equation.
I think so. Ooh, that's an interesting pull.
You can get a little bit of extra value.
We could slap for 6, move into Talabos, and sort of sit back a little bit here, trying to get some more cards in our hand if possible. Looks like that's going to be the option we take here. I mean, you have to do damage at some point, considering that you don't want this big gap when we're getting closer to sudden death, especially with Double XD holding the burn cards, which I think Ovi might be a little bit lacking in. You know, things like, well, we're seeing here, Deflective Flame Cannon, so on and so forth. Centaur, also a decent pickup.
Yeah, but I just don't see how
He gets any use out of it
the
now.
Smork. How is the Smork ever going to get past this 7 damage of range unit facing him down?
I think he tries to just play it a little safe here. Maybe even push more closer to the Acolyte. It's doing the lesser of the two units damage. You know, you got Darkbender sitting up there at a 5/6 and a 2/5 Acolyte. Which would you rather take, to be honest?
Right.
You want to take the 2, especially when you have
Dragon
Lifesteal.
Fire. Racken.
Oh no, Raka.
No.
That's gonna be a game ender right there. Just enough. We thought the Smork deck was going to gain a little bit of sneaky steam there at the end, but it looks like that's not going to be the case here. So unfortunately, our Pumpkin Man does fall in first round of finals, but that doesn't mean the action stops here. We've of course got more games for you. So let's go ahead and jump into the second round of the feature matches for the finals, which I believe is the semifinals. You have 8. Yeah, we have 8, right? 8 people moving into 4.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I did my math correctly. So we've got the semifinals up next. Let's go ahead and take you guys to that one right now. All right, folks, and welcome back to the next round. Of course, we've got Vicious back in the saddle. In his perspective this time, against Beastly, a little bit of Viking Warlock taking on Viking Crusader. And with me isn't Astroy, as was in the previous match. We've got Tweakin here.
Hello, everyone. It's great to be back. It's
We're
great to be back with my buddy Red.
We're not recording these on the same day, obviously, so there might be some personality switches in the casting booth. But hey, that's all fine. We love to see it here. And we're seeing a strong start from Vicious here, looking to take 2 from Salahar Rider, pushing into Drake. I mean, gotta be feeling good about that earlier aggression.
Oh yeah. This seems like a traditional reanimate undead deck, and the Dragon Knight and the Faithful Drake that hurts Beastly losing that book.
Oof. Yeah.
It kind of lures me into the fact that he might be also running Raka in this deck.
Perhaps.
But right now, Vicious is just going ham
He's got a
on Beastly
strong
right now.
lead. Beastly losing the draw off the Salahar Rider is unfortunate here. You're going to be forced to play a black in the back here. Could assume potentially setting up for a Rat King, perhaps.
Yeah.
But I might be getting off of that. If I were Vicious, I would like to see those Drakes be positioned in ways that kind of cut off the Rat spawn that
Right.
Beastly could see here. At least negate him 2, 3 extra Rat instead of 4. At least
Put that put the front full Drake in the back spawn to hit the castle. Or you can do that as well.
I mean, yeah. We're not. This just gives Beastly more room to summon 5 in the back. I would have liked to see maybe, like you said, putting it all the way in the back would have forced Beastly to take a rat spawn off of his summon. But hey, looks like we've got a Jira. So.
Oh, okay.
Jeez. Okay. So. I would like to see maybe some chain here. Oh my god.
Oh, well, ask and you shall receive.
Ask and I shall receive here. So,
Ooh.
Faithful Drake, probably going to go ahead. I would trade with the Blacksmith, get that off
Yeah.
the board while you can. Yep, Dragon Knight moving in here, doing some back work there. Maybe move this Drake behind, right? Put it in a
Yes.
soft position. Okay, well, unavoidable chain.
Now, interesting that he didn't play his Manfish.
I would have liked to see the Manfishes get played, obviously. Those could have been
now,
game enders, to be honest. I think he realizes that he probably should have played it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I mean, hey, we're gonna see if maybe that's gonna cost him in the end here. We're gonna see Salahar Rider make an approach here. That's going to not attack immediately for some reason. Okay, there it goes. Hitting the stronger of the 2 Drakes.
I think Beastly's fine because both Betty Mothras are one cost con. So he's going to easily clean up all these Drakes.
Right.
And also keep one of those Betty Mothras alive and also power up from Vicious not using his Manfishes. So
I think, though,
maybe
Vicious might actually have this game closed out. If BC can't find a way to block that incoming Darkbender and slap down the second temple, that's enough damage to be lethal here. So I would like to see Beastly freeze here.
I think Beastly already knows with throwing out the respect. I don't think Beastly's throwing out the respect to kind of like, set up a next move. I think he already knows that the writing's on the wall here.
Yeah. Darkbender itself, and then any sort of small buff to that, whether it be, Flame Shield or like BC. Temple. Ooh, Horseman. If only the Temple was weak beforehand. And yeah, he popped a surrender early, so Ovi taking the win here against Beastly. Very nice. Gotta love to see that. We still have another game, though. Game number 2 here. Obviously, may not have been a strong start for Beastly. Hopefully he decides to bounce back here within the next game, but only one way to find out. So, Tweakin, are you ready for game number 2?
Oh, let's see it. Let's see it, Red.
Folks, game number 2. Let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, folks, I'm back in game number 2 here. We'll see if Vicious can repeat the thing, same as the first. Obviously, same color, same decks, I imagine, coming out for both sides here, which is fine. We'll see if Beastly can maybe run the same thing back. He did have an unfortunate game, I think.
If I was Beastly, I wanted to switch decks. I would still be confident with the deck that I was going to go in initially. You probably didn't have the best of draws, and Vicious pretty much hit everything in the world. So I would, if I'm Beastly, I'm still pretty confident with this deck that I choose. And it seems like Beastly is, having more luck this go around than he did last time.
With the units, for sure. Although, I feel like right now we're just seeing mirror matchup plays, at least in the early going here. We're going to see Ryder. I would
coin out an Acolyte.
You think the Acolyte's the play? Actually, yeah,
I would coin it out.
I
would coin it out. Yeah, I would coin it out.
We're going for
because I mean, what's 1 damage? You can easily use that Acolyte to produce units now because BC will easily rush that Hostage City Guard in.
Well, no,
but now he's going to take
deck
more.
Has a bit of a reanimate focus, I believe. We saw from the last game.
We did see it last time. Yeah.
So I'm not surprised that BC is retreating his guards here. He doesn't want to lose them on a case of Vicious probably having a Blacksmith or coining into Armory like we
Hmm.
know he could have in that moment. So I think it's good though. Both players holding off. Both kind of know, I think at this point, that they have a reanimate in their sleeves, and now they're just trying to figure out if the other person has it. We'll see an Armory
And
set from Beasts. Seems fine.
we might see an armory from Vicious as well, since he has two in his hand. Might as well just get one of those down now, since Beastly, wasted his turn putting down an armory. Go ahead and put down one of your own, because you still have more of a board presence than Beastly does right now.
Yeah,
You
we got an
could
extra
opt to go
Acolyte.
for a Dark Bender as well, just
Nope,
get
we're gonna
another
go for the
range unit
Armory.
out.
Yep, nope.
He's going to go for the armory, just because probably he has two in his hand. Might as well get one of those down as quickly as possible.
And yeah, we're not pushing in here on account of Beastly maybe having some shenanigans. Even though Reanimate doesn't really work for him here. Oh, Drake Dance, hello. And we're probably going to see Lightning Blade to clear the Armory. Yep, with that kind of play. Alright, so he's kind of forcing Ovi to respond to his
Oh my
actions.
god.
Oh, God. Well, we have the counterplay. We have Armory, we have Coin, and we have Faithful Drake. That seems like a pretty good cleanup to
Hmm.
me.
Right.
You to play the Armory, coin out the Faithful Drake. That leaves us killing the top guard. We interact with Acolyte and Guard to clear the remaining unit. And yep, that's what we're going to see. And we get an extra zombie out of it, which could be definitely useful if you have Rakanoth, which we are predicting he has. We still haven't seen it yet. Would like to see that, but again, not sure.
Hmm. Now, what will Beastly return with?
Hard to say. His deck usually has some kind of presence going at this point, and seeing it nearly negated completely here is tough. He's gone through his second Divine Knowledge at this point, which means he's got to be struggling for some type of resource. Books? Yeah, uh-oh. We could pop another Armory and basically clear that up and have a 3/6 Acolyte threatening face here. I don't know. What do you think the play here is?
Uh, you know, you really can't go wrong with any play you want. Put a you can put an armory down. You can put a dark bender down. I mean, you you whatever move you go with, that's a good move in my book. There's really
Oh.
nothing that is going to be a horrible move, since BC only has one unit on the field and it's damaged. There's nothing threatening any of your units, any of your castles, unless Beastly runs a Frozen Pillar or a Cloak of Ice.
I'm
Uh,
surprised he actually left that draw alone, letting Beasley take the extra card, which we know he might need, considering he's gone through two Divine Knowledges already. So, yeah,
mhm.
very curious on that. We might, okay, yep, there's the
Oh, here we
Journey.
go.
Yep.
Could have been a lot worse. Beastly could have had a Temple down, but
I
even
think,
without the Temple, it's going to be pretty devastating.
no, I think,
Um,
the Acolyte survive. Oh, wait, no, we got a Drake Dance up our
oh,
sleeves. Uh-oh.
oh, did not see
Nothing's.
that. Yeah, did not see that coming.
So our second Drake
Uh,
Dance being used here. There goes the Acolyte. Be curious to see if we
now,
try and give this keeper anything. If we just
no,
ignore it and go
yeah,
full
no, yeah,
phase.
just ignore it. Just
Yep.
ignore it. Let Vicious do the damage for himself. That is very unfortunate that Vicious didn't draw a flame storm or a dragon's fire. Now we're gonna see just these buff rats go ham on his castle. We're gonna see a wraith go out. We're probably gonna see a faithful Drake come out on top and hit that top rat.
We're just doing damage control at this point. Granted, the game isn't
Exactly.
over, I would say. Not by a
No,
long shot, but this
absolutely not.
definitely flips the switch a bit on the game. Beast takes a
Now
huge
a
tempo advantage. He puts
yeah.
Ovi on the defensive, and a Lightning Blade makes things a whole lot worse, just taking a lot more
Hmm.
damage. Two there, two more
See,
there.
and now this is when you need to make sure you kill the Rat King. You need to make sure you kill everything. But
He could do a little bit actually with this. Can he? No, he can only really
no,
sack
I
the
mean,
Drake.
yeah, you can only sack the Drake.
If that
Uh,
rat was 1 point higher, he could have put the Necromancer in as well for an extra
right.
tool. But we're not getting that, unfortunately. I
Yeah.
mean, we can definitely do some, again, just more damage control where we can. I think at this point I might even just go ahead and say pop reanimate just to get that
Body
body
block.
block. Oh, and he sniped it.
Oh,
All right, that's
okay.
nice. I
Okay.
like that. And yeah, we're gonna get some kind of board control back, even if it's slim. At this point, we might even see another Drake dance to close out the game. I doubt it, but I'm just hoping here that we might see some kind of retaliation. We definitely need like a lightning blade here, maybe something to kind of just clear out the peasants here.
Mhm.
Oh,
Okay.
I like that.
Uh, yeah, that helps.
Warlock
It's
comes
gonna make.
in. We'll pop that back peasant. We can use the wraith to clear out the second one. We might have to put both headlesses into. Or actually, no, only one because we can fear back with necromancer, right?
Mhm.
Oh, and we misplayed the.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Oh.
Wow. Okay. I mean, yeah, I don't know if maybe he realized the fear was still an element or if that was just, a misplay in terms of, positioning. Happens to the best of us. Hopefully that's not the end of the game here. We've got a couple of moves left. Mordok takes the hit, which is good. The thing that wasn't going to die right away here. Rally, we might see. Okay, a new unit. It's going to be Banshee. That could trade
Right.
actually to get a spell.
Mhm. We
Right.
might see a reanimate pop. Oh
Yep,
my
and
god.
we
All right.
do.
This is probably going to be the end of Vicious, depending on what he draws next. Lumberjack, not going to do anything. He's going to have to body block Castle as best as he can, which also sets him up for a Lightning Blade.
Yeah, and that could even end the game on its own here. I would try. I I would say at this point there's no harm in taking the Banshee trade, but
I mean,
I
even with the Banshee trade, you only have 2 gold left. So
yeah.
what spell is going to be
What
useful with
spell?
2 gold?
Yeah. What gets you out of this?
I mean, a fear maybe to fear back the top wraith.
We get
Yeah, that
inspire.
was
That's
gonna.
more
Yeah, that was
bodies, but that's not gonna be
more bodies, but you
useful.
wouldn't be able to play any of them.
Right, and then fearing the wraith that leaves an open castle here. Beastly has. Oh, he doesn't have
Yeah,
the lethal answer yet. I mean, we've got
doesn't have the
another
lead,
turn,
but
but
now Vicious only has 2 turns to respond.
not even. Like, just one to clear off these two
Oh
fortified.
yeah,
That's 18 health
yeah.
worth of units, and, meanwhile, everything in the back charging forward. Doesn't look good for him, and it looks like Vicious
No,
is just going to toss the surrender up. He knows he can't do anything. So that leaves us with a game of 3. And a very dominant performance here, coming back from what looked to be a near repeat of the first game, using things like Drake Dance, Lightning Blade, Reanimate to their fullest. And, yeah, certainly scary here. But looks like we're going to jump into game 3 right now. So, I mean, Tweakin, you ready to get into it?
let's see it.
Alright.
Decided to okay.
Yep, we're not going to have any rest time here. Jumping immediately into game 3 here. And a pretty stronger start here for Vicious. I mean, we've got the 1,
Yes.
2, 3, and 4
Oh my
Dark
god.
Warrior.
Okay, I like this.
We'll see how BC responds. Alright, starting things off with a
Personally,
Lumberjack.
seeing that starting hand, I might have opted to keep the Temple of the Five Gods.
You think so?
Just knowing how powerful that one single card is, and how much of a game changer that one card is. You already have enough moves. You have Salahard, you have Hostility Guard, you have Reanimate, where you can easily command the board at any point in time. And
Mm-hmm.
being able to have that Temple of the Five Gods down is going to just strengthen your position tenfold.
Certainly, I would have to agree there. We're going to see a near repeat of the second game here in terms of opening moves here. You know, the Lumberjacks making the trade, guards coming out as well. Beastly going to go ahead, set up a books for himself, so some more draw power. Fleeing those guards back, implying he could potentially have a sneaky reanimate in hand for later use here. How you feeling so far about this tweaking? I mean, who do you think you're
If
going to give
both,
the advantage to in the early game?
uh, probably whoever doesn't be the first aggressor. Uh, if both players have reanimate in his hand, this is going to be a pretty long stall. Uh, because there's no reason for Vicious to push at all since he has 2 reanimate, so he wants to get max value out of these cards. And Beastly and he already knows that Vicious is running reanimate as well.
Mm-hmm.
And the way that Vicious is not even pushing any of his units forward and is just stacking up these 1-2 cost cards gives Beastly the idea or the impression that okay, Vicious has reanimate in his hand, and I'm not going to give him any value anytime soon. So Beastly's just going to,
I think
stay
what Beastly
defensive.
might be doing is actually fishing for a reanimate himself, because we know his deck contains Drake Dance, which can swing the tempo of a reanimate nearly instantaneously. Get everything closer, get everything sacked the way you want it to, and you pop that reanimate first, meanwhile negating the reanimate value from your opponent. So that might be the idea that we're going to go for here. Again, I'm not completely sure. Or it looks like, both sides stalling with big, small units in the back. I'd say big because Darkbender just popped out.
Now, Vicious doesn't want to wait too long because we know Beastly has Rat
Ooh.
King, and he just played the Blacksmith down. So now Beastly's going to go a little bit more aggressive here.
And this might be
Depend,
the point that you mentioned in terms of setting up for a
yeah.
reanimate. I think he needs to play this right though. Guard needs to go first, so that way we can avoid potential
Hmm.
Salahar disruption.
Right.
I think you do
He
end up popping the reanimate. That is the play here. At least get that aggressive nature going.
needs to
Show
hit
that you have
everything
it.
but there you go. Now you can even coin into double reanimate, and
Oh
that would be
god, that'd be
huge.
dirty. Oh, and there
That
goes
would
the
be huge.
lumberjack.
And
Yeah.
then next turn you can play either the Armory or the Temple of the Five Gods.
All right.
So
So
personally, I would go ahead and you already. I mean, you're gonna get 3 units.
might as well get the other three. Is what you're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, and he's
and just
considering it.
have
He flashed it.
just have a huge command.
Certainly so. I think what he might worry about, though. Okay, well he's going for it. So there
Hmm.
pops the last guard. Another Wraith and Banshee provides some additional reinforcement here. I think if I were Ovi, the only thing I'd be worried about is a potential for Lightning to come out and really screw up my units here. We know Mystic Rat exists, although granted, BC does not have a temple down yet, so
Hmm.
that's I think the benefit that Vicious has. I'm curious though, what can Beastly do? He's got a huge hand, 6 gold to play, and we know his deck has got some hidden gems. So I mean,
But if Beastly was digging for reanimate and got it, he just lost all his reanimate value in that one turn.
oh for sure.
So now, so I actually do enjoy that double reanimate play.
I think that
So
was the game sealer.
now we're probably going to see either an Armory or a Temple of the Five Gods go down.
See guard come back out. Obviously, those can't be aggressive because you want reanimate value from them.
Hmm.
Uh, hard to say here if Vicious goes aggressive. BC could have a double reanimate of his own, and thereby moving in your forces now gives him that advantage. I think cleanup needs to be done here. We
Hmm.
can do a bit of cleanup. I think Darkbender Wraith with the temple now down can get rid of the guard in the back. We can trade the Horseman into the Drake. The Wraith can hit the Dragon Knight. Again, just sort of cutting off BC's reanimate value so he's taking more time to set up more units instead of playing that reanimate.
Right. Because eventually Vicious is going to have to. He could even opt to return the Darkbender back uh, to make sure that Darkbender stays alive and also give him that 1/1 buff.
I think that's the least of his concerns, though, considering that there's, 16 plus 21
Hmm.
uh, points of health worth of units on the board here with those Wraiths.
And then you also, not to mention, you have the Temple of the Five Gods down, making it even harder for Beastly to maneuver his troops away so that his castle doesn't get hit from that chain, while
Hmm.
also trying to clear up literally everything in his face.
I mean, we saw basically without the respect. He might know that it is over. We're going to see Banshee trade there. There's more bounce for the Darkbender, if that is the route we're taking here. I mean, or the guards. I forgot
For
we
the
just drew
guard, yeah,
guards. Oh, God, that
yeah,
could be dirty. Blacksmith. So, yeah, we're probably going to see
yep.
one reanimate. That's fine. Probably a little bit of cleanup here. Disable. Not going to do a whole lot. Gonna take
Does
that
he have
damage.
another one?
Nope, does have a
Does have
double.
another one.
Yep.
Uh,
So we
very
do.
unfortunate.
Okay. All right. Well, we do have a little bit of a comeback here. We're
Hmm.
targeting the Darkbender here. You got to get rid of that braid. Yep. There you go. It's okay to take the damage, even though it really isn't. Yep. And then we throw the Sable on just to prevent any sort of damage. I think Ooh, we might be in a position to Wraith Fear the frontmost Wraith back, do a bit more
Mm-hmm.
lightning damage there, clean up with the Rider on top, right?
It's going to be interesting to see where this 2 damage goes on the castle.
That's not enough.
Now if Beastly didn't have that disabled,
Oh,
the
wait,
game
I
would
got
have
a
been
great
over.
play for him. We could move the Wraith back, right? We can knock the round, Forbidden Scroll, and replay that Wraith if we wanted to. Makes a stronger Wraith, potentially.
Yes, yes.
I would like to see it feared back. Or are we going to end up killing this? Okay, we might just kill it.
Yeah.
Okay, alright. You don't have enough power to... Oh, boy. I don't like that.
He's going to set himself up for a big lightning blade.
Not if he plays this correctly. Yeah, that's
Or
the way
he's
I
just
want to
going.
see
He's
it.
just. All right. He's just going to go
I
straight
mean,
for castle.
actually, does that put him in a lethal position? Because if you touch the Wraith, it fears it back and change the castle, no?
If you hit him at the bottom like that,
Oh,
it
yeah,
doesn't.
yeah, the bottom. Bottom. My bad.
However, he can't attack with that top wraith though.
Top Wraith, or the one in the back, either.
Yeah, the one in the back. Yeah, yeah.
Topmost. Yeah.
All right, he's able to clear it out.
Berserker.
But now he needs to clear out.
He's got 3
Well, never
goals.
mind. Oh, he's good. He's good.
Yep, we're gonna focus on removing some things here. We do actually no, we don't. We can't do that bounce anymore. Oh boy,
Man,
but
this
he's
is
gonna make a
getting
comeback
tight.
here.
This is getting tight.
Is he gonna make the comeback of the century here? Oh, that would have been so useful.
Oh my god. Oh, if we would have just bounced the wraith. Oh, I mean, what do you do? I mean, do you play the lightning blade on the faithful Drake?
You could do
I mean,
you could do
no, I
like
don't
a
even think
hit into
you do
the
that.
Wraith and a Forbidden Scroll before. Okay, we're gonna do it.
Oh,
Alright. Alright,
oh,
okay.
this is tough.
It's fine. It's fine. We're not out yet, but we are certainly in a hurtful position here.
Right?
Granted, Beastly is now out of reanimates. That was the 3rd popped, so we don't have to worry about that. But the problem is with things like, Arcane Mystic, still a very big threat. Things like, well, Lightning Blade, which you're seeing there. It's getting dicey here. And the Wraith survives because Temple gets taken out first by that proximity the priority lightning. Proximity. Oh, jeez. We're gonna be 1 damage short, huh?
I'm surprised that he opted to play the lightning blade on the wraith rather than the knight to cast with the lightning blade. Either way, this looks like it's going to be game.
Yeah,
We're going to see a lightning blade. Yeah, we're going to see a lightning blade go on here. Take out both these units. However, you're going to leave your castle open
to 5.
to
A lightning blade will
5.
finish it.
Lightning blade ends it. Blacksmith can pretty much
Double
end the
buff,
game here as
yeah.
well.
Those lack of play. It's a little concerning. Tells me that because he's not going immediately for the play, lethal is not there. Perhaps.
No.
I don't know. Maybe he's just
Lethal's
considering
not
it.
there, but I'm sure that he can knock Vicious down to at least 2.
The thing is, though, like, Vicious just needs to get him to sudden death. Like, that's
Right.
all he needs to do. And then the one ticks by itself. So, Beastly has to be aggressive. He has to be aggressive if he wants that last bit of damage. He's worried about more lightning, I get it. But,
Oh, how dirty would a Flamestorm be right now? End the game and keep your castle at 1 health.
oh, God.
Oh, that would be disgusting.
Yeah,
That would be
I
the
don't know
most
if he runs
disgusting
it.
way to end this match.
I haven't seen AoE in this deck at all, and that is the one thing that absolutely does not help us. Oh, no. We can't
No, I don't
replay
even
this
think-
Necromancer more than twice.
Yeah, you
Actually,
can't even
less,
body
actually.
block.
Yeah.
Yep. Because you're going to bounce it. It's going to cost 5. You're going to have...
The you have to
7,
do something
yeah.
to take out the Banshee. The Banshee's a game ender.
Yep.
And you don't even have enough power to body block. You just have to hope
Yeah.
that Peasant doesn't get a global buff. That's really all you gotta hope for. Just take out that bottom Banshee and hope you can bring it to a top. Which is not gonna happen. Because
Oh, what?
Reinforce gets put into the hand. So Reinforce.
I mean, To be fair, I don't even see a way that Vicious, with the cards that he has in his hand, I don't see a way
No.
that he could get
Yeah,
to
Temple. There it
his
is.
castle. Yeah, there we go.
So
Very
Beasley makes the
unfortunate.
underdog
Oh,
story happen
hmm
here. Yep. He comes back from a seemingly very tough position. Although if the draws were just a little bit different here, we would have seen Vicious take the win. Unfortunate that we did not get to see that. Overall, though, a strong showing from Beasley here, and that definitely puts a little bit of thought into what the finals could look like in this championship. Of course, the finals will be the next set of matches here in the video here. I don't, at the time of recording this, we actually don't know. There are three potential choices for a candidate here. We have Alinsis, Jesper 13, and Jump all vying for that final contention. So, very curious at the moment to see who will take that slot. But Tweakin, what a match! What a series!
right. Yeah. You know, just ignoring that first match where it was kind of like, just unlucky draws from Beasley. This was a great matchup. We saw pretty much everything. We saw both players going back and forth, making tough decisions. A lot of RNG, a lot of reanimate, and it was fun.
Yeah,
I like how the last match literally went down to the final wire.
nearly the final wire here. If it just went a
Hmm
little bit differently in the draws, we would have seen Vicious take that win, but it did not happen. So, with that being said, folks, I don't know if he's going to be here for the next final. Maybe he is. Hopefully, we'll try to get you in for this week, and I guess we'll find out in just a moment here. But on to the finals we go, so let's go ahead and take you guys right to that right now. All right, folks, and with that being said, the first part of the finals has reached its conclusion. Of course, we already know in one corner it will be Beastly, but who will be in the other corner? Well, we'll just have to find that out tomorrow. Of course, keep an eye on the channel tomorrow for that final series. Of course, like I said, best of 5. As well as being sure to check out some of the other channels in the description below for some additional viewpoints, some additional matches that were not shown on this channel. Be sure to show them some love and support as well. But with that being said, guys, if you did enjoy it, be sure to leave a like, share, and of course, subscribe if you haven't done so already, as well as commenting your favorite parts from today's finals, and again, who you might be expecting to win tomorrow in that final round. Will it be Beastly or his opponent? Again, let me know in the comment section below. But with that being said, that's going to do it for me for now. So, until next time, guys, stay gaming.